Hey guys, it's Brian with B-Stride DIY. I'm at Lowe's. I'm going to show you their Halloween items that they just brought out here. Now they're just still bringing items out. You can see the boxes. They're still assembling a creature here on the left you can actually see. So first I'm going to show you some of these items on the top shelf. They've got some 3-pack of skulls, and then right in the middle here they've got these books. Now keep in mind I'm going to tell you about an interesting kind of theme that they have, which I wasn't expecting. But for $22, you press this button and these books will kind of move on their own. I'm guessing they have a sensor option to these so that they'll move when anyone passes them. That's kind of how it generally works. Now they have this 6-inch matte black skull. This is a pretty heavy skull. I thought it would maybe light up or something, but I think it's just a decorative piece. Now this one right next to it, I think this is like $49, I want to say. The $99, that's the 3 skulls that stack on top of each other. Now this one actually lights up and it plugs in. I don't think it's battery operated, but it has a light that you install and it plugs in, and it's actually a projector. So I'm assuming that it projects out through like the eyes and nose and teeth, and it'll create like a skull image on whatever you're projecting it to, basically. So that's pretty neat. That's $49. And right above it, this is really cool. This is for $29. It says it's Spellbinder's Guidebook. Now, if you press the button, the sensor button here, look what it does. So that's pretty cool. The little green light really makes it look neat. I'll show that to you one more time here. I think you can probably hear what it's saying better than I can, but this is right next to it, it's a little girl standing on like a pile of skulls, and it makes a little noise and she moves her head, which is pretty creepy. Now for $9.98, these are some foam tombstones. It's a set here. It has a little protrusion that you just kind of stab it into the ground. You can put that in your yard if you want. We used to do some items we'd put in a yard like this. We kind of went overboard when we were younger, but now for $14, these are some skeletons, and these are basically like the material. They're not like a cheap material. They're kind of like what you'd expect from like a biology classroom, probably a little bit better. Now these ones I think are 5 feet here, and their eyes actually light up. I'll show you that. So these are $34. They've got the sutures and the skulls and everything. They look pretty realistic here, and they've kind of got that, tinge of brown color, so they're not bone white, I guess you would say. But if you press this button, you can actually, I'll press this here for you, and it'll turn on where you can see and that'll stay on obviously when you put those up if you select the button. The first one is a 9-foot inflatable, it says animated dragon, so I'm guessing it moves here. I'll show you it actually blown up at the end. It's $179, and it has a light in it, so it kind of lights up. I think the flame actually part is lit up too, and the red part's on him. This is Snoopy here. He's in a vampire outfit, it looks like. Then you've got Stitch, and that's a minion, I believe, and then Mickey and Minnie Mouse dressed up here. Now you have Mickey in a bat configuration there. This is a 9-foot inflatable Batman, and all these are lit up, and that's one of the dragons from that dragon movie. This is Mickey for $69. This is an inflatable with a candy corn on his head, and then Mickey has a bat, I guess. This is a 9.5-foot haunted tree, and then a boat. And then you've got a scary ghost and pumpkin for $49. And then some cheaper ones that are a little bit smaller. I think there's some child and kid ones there. I guess that's like Bluey maybe. And then you got Chucky and Squid Game. I guess that's probably a new one for $34. Now kind of rounding back here, you kind of see these around Christmas, except they'd be more Christmas themed. These are more kid-friendly ones that are not inflatable, but you can store them in your garage. Now I didn't see these till afterwards. These are on the opposite side of the skeletons. These are the larger ones. And these are posable. They're a little bit more expensive. They're larger. They're 7 feet. And so for $99, you can kind of pose them, or you could hang them like the other ones. But with a large size, you can probably just pose them sitting down in your yard or something. Now you might not like this if you don't like clowns, but this is a large clown doing a handstand looks like on some bowling pins. So this is $2.99, and all of these have these little try me buttons. So I'm going to press these and probably annoy people, but we're going to see what this does here. So that's kind of creepy. It's making a head cracking sound. And you can kind of hear it laughing. I'm trying not to speak while I press it so you can hear them a little better. But it's moving its legs, and that little cracking noise is pretty creepy. So this is not bad. It's 79 bucks. It's 5.5 feet for an animated old witch, it says. It has another try me button, so I'll try that here. Press that. It looks like that one's just kind of laughing and its eyes light up. Now these are some more large kind of gravestones. It says the dead will rise and then RIP on the other one. Now you can turn these little lights on the candles, and those will stay on when you buy it. And then this one does the same. And guys, let me know in the comments if you all do any Halloween setups or planning on setting anything up in your yard this year. Now this is kind of the large span of all these creatures and the setup they have going on, and like I said, they're still unpacking items to put out here, but this is kind of their second day of having things out. And they've got some huge creatures. It looks like they're, I think, 12 foot and at least probably 14 or 15 feet.
And wail, red wine make our days. We hoist the dead man's pail.
So I'm going to try to be quiet when they're making their sound, otherwise you won't be able to hear them and experience them. So that one's $3.49. I think it's that sea captain. Now this one is cool. It's like a little kraken creature and there's lights on its tentacles. It says this is like a sea witch for $179. And I think this guy's called the Bone Collector. This is the 12-foot creature, and he has a little guy in his little pouch there. Now these are cool. It's $2.49, and they're like band members. This is Don't Fear the Reapers, and that guy's pretty neat. This one has a guitar. His name's Jared, so I guess they're like Grim Reapers. And that's $2.29. This one's $2.49. And the cool thing, I'm going to show you what these guys do in a second. This guy has the microphone, and this guy actually headbangs, and he's got a little grave there next to him. All right, here we go. I'm going to be quiet and press this.
These Bluetooth readers can play any song from your Bluetooth phone or device. Just pair to one Reaper, choose a song from your device, and watch and listen as they move and flash lights to your music. And you can even connect two or more of these oversized rockers, and they'll play together as a band. Set them on your porch, put them on your favorite Halloween playlist, and let them rock out for the entire neighborhood or trick-or-treaters all Halloween night. Hello, Halloween. Come on, it's your time to dance with me.
So that's pretty cool. You can have them play your own music, actually, and headbang to it. Now I walk by to this guy, and this kind of pops out of this little coffin here, and it looks like it's covered in cobwebs, so it's a little neat effect. And this is like a spider pumpkin. I don't know why it's on its back here. But then they have these light up pathway lights here for $19. And then these kind of more scary pumpkins for $30. They have the nicer pumpkins kind of on the right here, the more kid-friendly nice ones. But these mean ones are on the left for a little bit higher price. Now this is what I was talking about, the Haunted Mansion. So if you've ever been to Disney World or Disneyland and you've been to the Haunted Mansion, they've got quite a bit of items that are Haunted Mansion themed, which is kind of nice. So you can set these up in your yard. These are the hitchhiking ghosts here. And then they've got those same guys with the projector, so you can project them onto your house and project them onto other items here. And these are $32, it looks like. And they've got the gravestones here in that same kind of style. This says, "Dear sweet Leota, beloved by all in regions beyond now, but having a ball." It says, "Master Gracie laid to rest." So you could have a few of those in your yard if you want. And you could actually use this fog machine. This is $49 and kind of create like a little fog in your yard. And again, this is kind of the design of those books I showed you in the beginning. These are kind of another set of books. This one has a few less books on it, but kind of just playing some music and moving the books around. These are some of the Haunted Mansion creatures. I'll press this and let you listen. So these are those items up top here. I think that's Wendy from the Addams Family and then Cousin It. And then I guess this is Wednesday from that Wednesday show or series. And then another woman there. And they have, oh gosh, I can't remember what this is name. Is it The Hand or, it's not Cousin It, but The Thing, I'm sorry. I think it's The Thing maybe. But this I couldn't turn it on without pulling that little string up, so I didn't do that. But it's made of like a nice foam instead of plastic. And I think the Wednesday up top, it says she dances, but I couldn't get her to do that when I walked by. It may just not be switched on. Now I'll press this. This is neat. So as you can kind of hear, that lights up, and it's the hand from the Addams Family, or Wednesday, I guess. This is a skull globe here. I didn't think it actually had a map on it, but you can actually turn it all the way around and it has a globe here, which is pretty cool. And then to the left of that, they've got this black horse with like a Grim Reaper on it. They've got some other table decorations. This is a gargoyle on like a tombstone here. The wings look really cool. They kind of, you can see the detail they did on the wings. I didn't press the try me button on this one because the workers were like right next to me. I didn't want to bug them, but this is what it looks like. It does look pretty neat. And then these are some, if you're going to actually carve your pumpkin, they did have the pumpkin carving kits and the lights. You can even put the lights just in a regular non-carved pumpkin to get the kind of effect like this. And this is a cool, this is flaming pumpkin light on that one. These are the pumpkin carving kits. Now to the left of that, they had these little creatures that you could just set up in your yard, maybe with a little bit of hay around them or just with some, just the grass you could use. And these look like creatures coming out of a grave or something. They had these smaller items like a 14-inch skeleton, some window boards, some skeleton with the light up eyes, or those graveyard figures for 19. That's not too bad for those graveyard figures. I just don't know how large they are. Now for 1998, these are some Halloween skeleton fences. You could put this maybe in the front of the graveyard, kind of with the chain as far as decoration. These are just some bones. You could scatter around, I suppose. And this is that bone collector figure. He's $3.99 at about 12 feet. And you've got this scuba diver with kind of some moss for $3.49. I just like the look of that. It's pretty neat. This is that Kraken again. He's $1.99. And they had the caution tape there. They just don't want you to climb on the items here and break everything. But this is what they have so far, and they're going to be pulling out more items, I'm sure. Up top here, I'm just going to go kind of zoom in a little bit. These are those inflatables I told you about near the beginning. So they are a lot bigger than you may think. They're pretty huge. So go ahead and let me know if you plan on picking any of these up.